Biba palette from Natasha Denona was just delivered, and I have been just playing around with it a little bit and decided to show you what it's looking like and also compare it to some of the other Natasha Denona palettes that I have that you might have. So here is the Mini Biba palette. It is a 5-pan eyeshadow palette like all of her other little 5 pans, $25, and it has 4 mattes and 1 metallic. Now, in looking at Natasha Denona's information, she stated that this palette is an extension of the larger Biba palette, which I do have on my eyes today and is right here. So this is the large 15-pan Biba palette that many folks love, and basically she's saying this is an extension, like an addition to the Biba. The other thing that I saw was that she says these in the Mini Biba are nudes and browns with a rosy undertone. So I think that is pretty different from the original Biba because it's like browns and taupes and things like that. So yeah, and according to Natasha, all 5 of these shades are new. That doesn't always happen, especially like in the Mini Metropolis. That was pretty much 3 old shades and 2 new, if I remember correctly. But this one is supposed to have all new shades in it. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these and describe the colors to you. This first shade here is called Bruno. It is a matte, creamy matte, and it's described as a deep mahogany brown. The next shade right next to it is called Izzy. It's also a creamy matte, and it is described as a nude dusty rose. The solo shimmer in the palette is a metallic called Blaze Nude, and it's described as a light rosy nude. Ooh, it's pretty chunky. The next shade here is another matte, creamy matte. It's called Plush, and it is described as a light, medium, dusty coral. And our last shade here is actually the only cream to powder in the palette. It's called Wink, and it is described as a medium, dusty coral brown. So it's good to know that this one is one of the cream to powders because I know some people don't like that formula from her. So there you go. And there's only 1 shimmer or metallic in this palette while the rest are mattes. So again, we've got Bruno, which is a creamy matte, and it's described as a deep mahogany brown. Then we've got Izzy, which is also a creamy matte, and is described as a nude dusty rose. We've got the shimmer, which is Blaze Nude, and it's a metallic, described as a light rosy nude. We have Plush, which is back to being a creamy matte, and it is a light medium dusty coral. And then the last one is Wink, that is a cream to powder, and it's a medium dusty coral brown. Lots of words. Now on first blush, the shimmer is pretty chunky. Yeah, it's a pretty chunky shimmer, but I feel like I've felt that in some of her other palettes. Oh no. So when I was looking at all of the comments and stuff on the Natasha Denona Instagram, a lot of people were like, oh, we thought the Mini Nude was the Mini Biba. Like that's how it was created, right? So I wanted to pull out the Mini Nude, and I can see why people are saying that because I think it has similar undertones to the Biba So this is the Mini Nude. And right here at the top is the Mini Biba. So if you can see, there are some different undertones there. I feel like the rosy undertones really do show up in the Mini Biba. But let me hold up the let me hold up the large Biba and the Mini Nude. So that could totally go, right? Like this could totally go as an extension of the Mini Biba. That could totally go as an extension of the larger Biba. And then here is the Mini Biba. So honestly, it feels like either of these could work as like a smaller Biba. I think it might depend on the tones that you like the most, or the undertones. So if you like a rosy undertone, then you might like the Mini Biba more so than the Mini Nude, because the Mini Nude, the undertones aren't as rosy as the Mini Biba. I'm just gonna quickly swatch these so you can see sort of a comparison. Okay, so again, here is the Mini Biba, these first 5 shades, and then here is the Mini Nude. So you've got this sort of gold shade, this super light shade on me, and another 2 more shimmers, and then a matte. So they are different, the Mini Biba and the Mini Nude. The other one I thought might be a good comparison is the Glam Face Palette. Now, I only have the dark one. I don't have the light one anymore because I wasn't going to use it. But here are these shades. Okay, no, just looking at them, I can tell that they're different from the Mini Biba. These definitely don't have much of a rosy undertone, but I will swatch them for you. You're welcome. And this one has 2 shimmers and, oh, I did that wrong, 3 mattes. All right, so here is the Glam Face Palette. So here are the 5 shades from there, and then the first 5 shades on this hand are the Mini Biba. So there are slight differences. I hope y'all can see it. I need like somebody else's hand. There are slight differences. The other one I thought of is the Mini, oh my God, not the Mini, is the Retro palette. So just because of the rosy undertones, I was wondering if the Retro would have any shades that are similar to the Mini Biba. And not really, in my opinion. I mean, there are some that I think are in the same color family, but I do think you get more of your like pinks and purples in the Retro. And I think you could actually, it could be a good companion palette. Makes me think that that is a better companion palette than the Mini Retro. So, first of all, as always, you don't need this. None of us need it, right? But I'm also thinking if you have some of these other palettes, you might be able to get some similar looks as you would with the Mini Biba if you have like the Mini Nude and the larger Biba. Some people who have had Natasha Denona products for a while probably have this. You can get some similar colors, or I'm sorry, some similar looks. I think it's all going to depend on the undertones that you like. So I'm gonna go ahead and just like get these shades on my eye so we can see what they look like. I guess I'll leave this one of the eye looks on since it is from the regular Biba palette, and I'll just wipe one off so that we can see how the mini looks. I feel like there are a lot of words that are needing to be said. Okay, so I still have one eye done with the larger size Biba, and I took my eye makeup off of this eye and I did prime it with my Makeup by Mario primer, and so that means I'm starting out with this eye the same way I did this eye. What is happening? Like, I feel like I can't get my words out. All right, so I really do want to use that cream to powder in some way, but I think what I might do is use it as a liner, because sometimes when you try to go into the cream to powder with a brush, it doesn't always translate very well. So instead, I think I'm just going to start with this deeper shade here. I need a mirror. Use this one. Can you see? Let me bring you a little closer. All right. Oh, it's like deeper than I expected. So this is that like mahogany corally brown. And I am using a Sonia G eye brush. Okay. That's definitely a deep shade, which I can appreciate. Now, I'm not trying to copy this look because I don't think I can. See, for a moment, I was like, oh, shoot, that's the Mini Nude. But no, it's the Mini Biba. Yeah, I guess you don't need both. Okay, there's that. And let's grab I'm gonna go into this shade right next to that mahogany, and I'm going to use that to blend a bit. Got that on my brush. It looks more like tan in the palette. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Don't mind me, okay? Obviously, I'm on one today. I'm gonna go into the shimmer or the metallic. It's really chunky, so I'm wondering, yeah, there's fallout for sure. Something that's interesting is that I see folks like Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath, and even Danessa Myricks, they use their fingers a lot more, it seems like, than they use brushes. Or it's like the finger is the initial application, and then the brush, you can just add it to like buff things out, I guess. But yeah. I know a lot of folks are like, I don't want to use my finger, and I'm kind of like that sometimes. But that's just an observation I made. So I'm just going back into the mattes. I think what I'm going to do, do I want to use this one? Yeah, this is the Natasha Denona liner, and this one is in the shade Burgundy. I'm just going to use this to line a bit more. And now I'm going to go into the cream to powder and that first matte and use that to smudge a bit on the lower lash line. That seems to work a bit better. Okay, we're back. This is the look with the Mini Biba. Let me see. Do you need to come in a little bit more? Maybe a little bit. That's the Mini Biba. This is the regular old Biba. Okay, so I like the Mini Biba. I don't think you need the Mini Biba. I like the look. It's cute. I don't think, though, that it created anything that is vastly different from what I could have gotten from the regular size Biba and the Mini Nude, except for that bit of rosy undertone. I think that is the difference. Like, that's the difference between the Mini Nude, the larger Biba, and the Mini Biba. The Mini Biba has a rosy undertone. So for this eye, I used, like I said, the larger Biba palette. What did I use here? I think I used this shade here and this brown here. What else is on there? It looks like I used a gold also. I don't know, I did this early in the morning. But anyway, I think there's a difference in the undertone of this look as in comparison to the undertone of this one. I mean, I feel like this one is a bit brighter, but also I've had this eye look on for a while now, so I don't know if it's just like fading. But I feel like I could almost get away with just being like this, and there won't be too much of a difference that people will see. Makeup people probably would be like, girl, why you got on 2 different palettes? But when I look here in the mirror, there's a bit of a difference. There's definitely a lighter part with that metallic. But the rest is super similar. Even with the fact that I used the burgundy pencil, and on this side, I used the brown. No, I didn't use the Natasha Denona one. I used the Marc Jacobs one, which was really similar to the Natasha Denona ones. So, kid you not, I'm looking at my vanity, and I have the Mini Nude and the Mini Biba on there, and I swear I can't tell the difference. They look the same. Like, I swear, like from a distance they look the same. I'm like, which one is that one and which one is that one? Although they're different, right? They're different, but you know, they're super similar. They're siblings, essentially, right? Now, I didn't put on lashes. I just did some mascara because I think sometimes when you put on lashes, like, they just make everything look better. Lashes are like the black stiletto that you can throw on and make everything look good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just me. I've been trying to figure out how to wrap this up. Oh, who's calling me? Hi. Do my eyes look like what do they look like? Do they look the same?
Turn this way. Turn the other way. In theory, because you are asking,
I
can tell that this one is a little bit lighter.
Yes.
Like if you did that same little like color, like on the like crease, like a little crease moment, then it would like match. Also, I don't like that you look like this when you answer the phone.
Why? Mind you, I'm doing a YouTube video.
I look like this.
So, I'm working, girl. I'm speaking to my niece. So you don't need this. You don't need it.
Tell us why.
If you have the Mini Nude and you have the Biba, you can get similar looks just with a different undertone.
Right.
So now my niece made me change stuff so it looks different from how it did before. But you can, like, they're so similar. Look at that. They are so similar. I think you can go without it or wait for a sale.
Right.
And if you didn't have a chance to get the larger Biba, depending on if you want that rosy undertone, I would go with the Mini Biba. If you don't want that rosy undertone, you just want your like golds and browns, then I would go with the Mini Nude. Thank you. Okay, that's it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you bought it and if you got the cheeky duo thing. Hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time.